For my project, I am working on a wine organizer. A little different situation due to some canceled classes. I asked Professor Howes if I could do it for this semester, so I've been working on it instead of the summer's been doing it now. So why did I pick this for a project is basically both my parents got iPhones, and they are very big into collecting wine and buying them, saving them, storing them, like going on trips to vineyards and finding out all this information. And when I looked on the App Store, the ones out there was you could go to like a website, basically type interface where it had all ratings, or you could say which ones you had, but it had nothing for kind of saying what you had saved or what you had, where you could buy it and that kind of stuff. So these are kind of my planned features I'm in the midst of developing. So I want to have where you found it. Did you buy it at a restaurant? Did you buy it at a store? Did you actually have to get it shipped from a winery that you visited? Can you get these things now? Some things are like out of state, you can't import them. So I wanted all this stuff to kind of track. So if you're like, well, I want to have this, but can I get more of it? Should I save it for this time? That kind of the questions I hear constantly when I go to visit. Inventory management, so you can say, all right, I have X number of bottles. I drink one. All right, now I only have less. Also with that, if you're storing them, it's like, where is it stored so I can go grab it quickly? If you they have these little wine fridges that my parents have and store, and it's like, well, all right, it's here, so I can find it instead of saying, all right, well, gotta go through all the shelves. Or that was just kind of one of the needs I saw that they find out. And right now, it's kind of well, I think it's here. Well, I have it written down on a piece of paper somewhere, and it's lost. So add some functionality for them. And a timeline. This is one of the things I thought would be neat. Would you actually track if you have a wine that you want to set down and leave it for a couple years, and you can't drink it right now. So you have this timeline of like, well, what can I drink now? What can I drink this time? And so if you forget about something, it's like you're down the road. It's like, oh wait, this is now a good time to drink this one. Let's go find it, because I know I'd forget over a year or two of what I had. So that's other things I'd like to just keep all the kind of stats of the wine, like the grape, what kind of food it would go through, and have all this listed in the app. Price and all the normal kind of things you track. And so I'm getting heavily into the core data as well, and doing probably a database behind it. So that's kind of a local thing that I want to have for the project, for the class. To keep on expanding that would be my version 2 is I want to learn some of the APIs that are involved with the phone, just kind of learning, and so you could link that vineyard to the map application, Google Maps. Lookups, connect to the web, pull down reviews and things like that, or if you don't have the information, go and find it, that kind of stuff. Syncing the information between multiple devices. I'm probably going to pick his brain about Grail, because I hadn't seen that one. So if that's an easy way to do it, do something like that, and try to get that all talking between multiple devices. And then in the database, kind of related things that you can say, well, I like this one, what other ones did I have? Or maybe even another thing is have someone, if you have friends, link them in and say, well, we have people that like this one, what kind of wine do we want to serve for this group of people? Yeah. Look across the data, and so maybe almost think of a party planning aspect. These are all kind of things I can tack on later. Yeah, and so maybe, and I think that's about it for what I have planned. Any questions?
You can do the Amazon thing that, if you like this wine, you'll probably do that like that one.
Yeah, I think that would be something I could go to, depending on if I wanted to add the web support.
Yeah.
So how do you get the information of, say, where wines are available?
Where wines are available?
Yeah.
You can often ask, when you buy it, it would be kind of one of those things when you get a wine and say, well, we can't ship to Maine. Maine has restrictive distributors and things like that. Or if you get it at a store and say, you know where you bought it, you can say, well, I bought it here, so you know it's there. You can also go out and do searches. I think there was lots of iPhone apps that currently do things of what you can buy locally, and so that's kind of why it's further down, because it's
The stores are putting that information on their website now?
somewhere, yeah.
Okay.
Do any of the distributors maintain any kind of public database of what they distribute?
There's a list of like brands and certain ones that they can bring in,
Hmm.
so you can do it that way.
Thank you, Bob. Well, they're all short and sweet. Like I said, they'd be.